Hey Alec, you ready to hear the most annoying sound in the world? So this is the fine piece of ass that we've got for George. It's got a big old dent in the resonator, but it'll be blopping around. George uses a track car. It'll fit his aesthetic well. Also, out of the lifted monstrosity that I am currently parting out, I stole the bucket seat. So George is gonna get a fresh little Spaco. It's not in the fantasticest of shapes, but that'll be all right. Also, Headley donated these injectors. These are 1.8 injectors, which are a little bit bigger than the 1.6ers, which is pretty sick. So when I go to do budget turbo things, that's covered. I also had these lying around. These are S13 front brake lines. I have S13 here, but I already had extended brake lines. I must have bought these previously. Yeah, so these are longer than the Miata ones. They're obnoxiously long for some reason. So I think these will work as front extended brake lines for George. So when I add an angle kit, which we also have, little modded knuckles, and we've got carbon fiber spoiler, which you've already seen. And I balled out. I spent $46 on a new front lip. Georgie, oh man, half the money of George is gonna be spent on a front lip. I've got a lot of stuff to throw at George. Still gotta sand this. I'm not worried about that or the hardtop today. Basically, the only goal for the day is to get Georgie's main body in primer. Georgie, sound check. Let's see how bad he sounds now. Hopefully it's a little quiet. That's because George is a track monster. Why does he sound like he's built, dude? So before priming George, I want to fit up my mirrors because these are just the cheapest little Amazon mirrors that I could possibly find. I think they're like 15 bucks each, and they do not bolt on in the same spot. So before I paint the car and then realize this, I figure why not drill holes into George now so I don't crack the paint and kind of mess things up. Close enough. So my plan here is to drill this extra hole and use the factory back hole, and then I'm going to rib nut the front hole, and hopefully it works. Hey-yo. Give it a little bit of paint marker. You should let that dry longer, but I'm not going to. And we take our rib nut, pop it in there, little squeeze. One for good luck. Unthread it. And now we have another threaded hole. And now hopefully it lines up with this. Oh yeah, pretty good. Now obviously I need different bolts because these Allen head ones are not gonna sit flush in there, but you get the idea. Look how cute. Amazon special, baby. And just like that, Cousin George has cute little mirrors. Not bad. I think there's like 30 bucks total. Looks funny, I haven't seen mirrors on George in a long time. So this panel, I got a slap on the back of George, but it's so fragile that I think I'm gonna break it, like trying to work it. So I'm gonna try my best not to break it any further. I did do the best I could repairing it. It didn't help much because it just keeps cracking in more places, unfortunately. So these are gonna be visible, but if I keep working it, the whole thing's gonna disintegrate. Cousin George is kind of ready as I feel like getting him. So he had a couple holes from my light bar that just half-ass filled, and things are masked-ish to start painting. Obviously, we got to cover that. I got a bungee cord the trunk shut. I taped all behind here because there's just so much flaky stuff, and I don't really want it blowing into the paint. That is kind of a worry, but it is what it is. At this point, just want George to be one color, and I want to bring him to the track and enjoy him. So now we have our paint booth in a box, which is...
They sent the wrong one.
What?
They sent the wrong one.
Are you serious? Smart ass. What do you mean they sent the wrong one? It's a freaking paint booth. So we got two big blowers and a moon bounce looking thing, and we're gonna roll it out, and hopefully it fits in the shop. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna pull Georgie outside, I guess, and we're gonna roll this giant thing out and get cracking.
It should be anti-moist, dust, erosion, and shake. Used temperature should be less than 50 degrees Celsius.
No, that guy
Semicolon period.
That guy in China's trying his best to make sure this comes out good.
It should connect it with ground electrode before use.
What? All right, I was skeptical at first, but this is pretty sick. We've got our mixing room with a view of the other Miatas. And then we have a big room. Look at how freaking big this is. It inflated pretty quick. We found out that the pillar on this side and on this side had zippers, and they just kind of deflated. But now we're in friggin' business. George is wiped down with wax and grease remover. Now it is time to throw him in the booth. Wipe him down one more time. Then get spraying. Well, no, we gotta mask him. Look at all our road for activities. This is the perfect Miata paint booth. Now is the time to mask George and wipe him down one last time. Let's go, boys. And probably a couple girls that watch this stuff. Let's go, family.
All right, what do you got, Bazooka Boy?
There's so many knobs, and I don't know which knob does what, but I know that this goes on here like that. Should I wait for Alec or just go for it?
I mean, me personally, I'm gonna say go for it. Hey, look at him smiling over there. Come on, he wants the paint job already. Give it to him.
I know, but like,
What's the worst that could happen? You go back to sanding?
I don't want to sand! He's got 5 minutes. 5 minutes and then I'll go for it. And this is the day that Georgie drove around in primer for the next 4 years.
It's a perma-fix, what they say.
It's Nardo Gray. That's what they say. It's Nardo Gray, baby.
Don't say that, Colin.
Oh, yes. Primer. Now, if the ratio is not perfect, is that going to be...
It's gonna be perfect.
Okay. And George was never the same again.
Just a normal day down at the Compound 75 shop.
You're not gonna be able to hear me. Can you hear me? It's not spraying enough primer out.
It ain't spraying the primer out. Not enough.
Nope.
Hang on a second, folks. Trial and errors.
That's going right now.
It's probably really the funnest rod on that filter.
Just had to give it a good old shake and bake.
It's always something. So basically, if you can't really see it, it's gonna be hard to see, but this primer that we're using is from when the guys painted their cars yellow, and it's pretty old. It's a little chunky, and what's happening is there's a little filter inside of here, and it's just kind of gumming up, unfortunately, and every time I have to like shake the hell out of it in order to kind of free it up, and then it'll spray awesome for a little bit, and then it won't spray awesome. It is what it is. We're gonna try and shake it up a little bit more and strain it out this time. But yeah, Cousin George will be in primer before you know it.
Hit the button. I know, I had one job, I know.
All right, George is all primed.
Ta-da!
So it's not great because I want to do one more coat.
Why are you so chunky? Oh my god, dude.
Sprayed on the 240 months ago? I don't know.
I had no fucking engine.
I'm gonna have this running and driving before you finish your truck.
It is running.
Hey man, if I didn't have fucking Miatas to worry about, my
Yeah.
240 would be all done.
That's true.
If I wasn't playing with Miatas, I'd be good to go. But here I am, 7 Miatas later.
And Georgie is that cousin that's been thrown out 3 times, and was like, "Oh please, Mike, I just need one more loan."
Oh man, you ripped my pants. Dang it. Okay, it's been a long freaking day. Look at George. George is all one color. It's primer, but he's all one color. So I'm gonna go home and eat some food, and I'm gonna leave this mess for tomorrow. Probably not gonna end the video yet. Probably gonna pull George out, just give him a look-see, and I'll show you guys how it came out. It's not great, but it's George. We're doing all right. I'll see you tomorrow. And just like that, it's the next day. It didn't deflate overnight, which is good news.
Great news.
Great news. It's still kicking. So now my mission is to pull this thing out and just stop raining, which is fun. So hopefully it doesn't get rained on. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm gonna pull it out, try and get this thing all situated real fast like, and then pull it back in And yeah, we'll check it out.
Be sparkling and happy all over again.
I mean, primer ain't sparkly, but
Well, I meant
it's not even shiny.
yeah, I guess it's gonna be flat as a doornail, but
It'll be one color. My tripod just smoked the fucking car, dude. How did that even happen? It's gonna. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. God damn it, dude. That's all right.
the phone just attacked Georgie.
Dude, the phone just went kaboom. We heard whoa. We were like, what was that?
Phone's laying face down on Georgie's hood.
God damn it. All right, let's get this friggin' piece of shit outside. Hey, how you doing? What you should say?
Said, hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, literally. You hit it right there, bud. My bud Georgie. Oh man, who's this guy? This ain't Georgie.
Dude, this car is totaled.
You just painted a totaled car.
Yes, sir. And I didn't even fix the rust. But it'll be alright. It'll look good. Don't worry.
See, there's proof, kids. You don't need to fix all your problems to have nice things.
Like, in order to make things nice, you gotta fix all the problems. But to have mediocre things, you don't have to do much. The thing is massive, dude. All right, I undersold the tote.
Scratch the toad idea.
We somehow got it back in its storage bag. Not sure how.
You know when you guys buy like a sleeping bag and you never get it back in the bag?
Yeah.
That's how we feel. We got it back in its bag.
Honestly impressed. Now we gotta carry it up the stairs, so this thing isn't light either, which is fun. All right. All right, Ben, you got it.
Hey, yo, don't make me laugh. Throw it over my shoulder. It's real life, kids.
All right, let me help you before you rip it.
I need to see a doctor now.
All right, everybody. Cousin George is primed. That was an interesting process.
Ready to shine, baby.
I mean, ready to paint little man George. So stay tuned for the next episode. If you guys like that video, great. I'm sure it was interesting, to say the least. So a lot of work left to do to George. The whole car's got to get sanded. Got to scuff it. The primer shot out a little bit rough. And yeah, so scuff George, put on all the accessories. I gotta fix the hardtop. That might be done at a later date, honestly. Not too worried about that yet. But for now, going to sand this down, going to put my little side spats on and everything and kind of get George ready for paint. Paint should be here next week. I slept on ordering it. I ordered it last night and could have got it done this week, but that's all right. It'll give me...
The process, though, is going to be a cool color just Just you wait and see, kids.
He says, trust the process. It's going to be a cool color. It is going to be a cool color. Cool color for a budget. I'm trying to paint this car for under $200, and I'm going to be doing something pretty fancy. It's going to be one color, maybe. Kind of one color. Kind of one color. If you can guess what color I'm painting George, comment down below.
If you can guess it, you win a piece of Georgie.
If you guess it, I will give you personally a piece of George. Something small. I will pay to ship it out if you can guess the right color or colors. You never know. But for now, like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh.